And so what we're going to do today is we're going to walk through who we are at Agent IQ, what we do, more importantly, what makes us different and the value we deliver to our partners. And then at the very end, we're going to show about a 5-6 minute demo, just giving you a nice overview of the platform itself so that hopefully you can take away the key values and the key differentiators that you need to listen for when you're out there engaging with your customers. So first and foremost, what is Agent IQ? Well, Agent IQ provides a personal digital engagement platform that uses built-in AI to deliver cutting-edge self-service for your customers, while also offering the ability to connect with a personal associate when technology just can't be human enough. Customers can select their own associate within the bank or credit union, and then they will always work with that person, whether they're communicating via chat, via video, via text. Essentially, Agent IQ gives RFIs the ability to translate the in-branch experience into a digitally driven personal relationship. We empower our FI's customers to do anything, anytime, anywhere digitally. So really at the end of the day, if you take one thing away from this conversation or this recording and somebody says, okay, what are these Agent IQ guys? What's this new partnership? I just want you to remember that essentially Agent IQ provides financial institutions the ability to humanize the digital experience. When we set out to build a product, we know we wanted to focus on the highest value that the community FI offers, which is their people and the relationships they're formed. So as we were coming up with this idea, we went to those actual stakeholders. We talked to leadership at banks and credit unions to really get an understanding of what they truly believe. And I'm sure this is no surprise to you all in your conversations with those many FIs that they really do see their job as providing that personal level of service and engagement. That relationship is at the heart of everything that they do. But it's beyond just simply providing resources to support and answer questions. They really do view themselves as being a trusted advisor to help their customers and members optimize their financial lives. While doing that and translating into the digital world, what we could do in branch versus what we can now do digitally, you can really break that down into 3 different areas. So when a member or customer comes into a bank, they're wanting to accomplish one of 3 things. Number 1 is they just simply need to make a transaction. Number 2 is they're just seeking some sort of support. And number 3, the most important thing, is they're actually seeking that guidance. They want to have a conversation with somebody that they trust who is going to be there to help them optimize their financial lives. Well, if you look at the landscape today, I think we would all agree, you guys being one of the industry leaders in doing so, we have successfully translated the ability to conduct a transaction from in-branch to online. I can do anything from my phone, aside from depositing an actual dollar bill that I used to have to go into a branch to do. The second area is on customer support. And this is where we start to see FIs, some are doing it better than others, but we see an opportunity to help make this a better experience for both the customer and the FI. And what we're seeing, things we're hearing is customers are starting to get frustrated. You'll hear people talk about their call centers being overwhelmed. And as a result, the support costs are escalating. The last area, which as an industry we are failing at, is how do you actually provide the relationship in the digital world that you used to have when they came in to talk to you face-to-face in order to provide those consultative conversations that are just too personal for technology. What we're hearing is that these relationships are being lost. We see loyalty declining as unmet needs are not identified, and people are having to turn to things like Google to ask questions that they would normally have for their personal associate within the FI. Taking it a little bit further and looking at digital engagement, we have seen an evolution of how these products and services have evolved over time. 5-10 years ago, we started with what we'll just call phase 1, which is being able to provide a digital channel in order to provide some support. This would be something like a live person or secure messaging. This is nothing more than just checking a box. And FI can say, you can call me, you can send an email, you can come in, or you can send this very transactional one-way message that may or may not get read and or responded to. Over time, we started to see this evolve. Honestly, we have to take our hats off to Glia. They were one of the first people to take just secure messaging, just generic chat, and start to add a little bit more to it, making it just slightly more personal. What we've seen in this phase is the addition of multimedia support. So now we can chat, we can text, we can also open a video, we can also co-browse. We started to see AI become more infused in some of these offerings. But again, it's better than what was there before. But at the end of the day, we've just come up with a more robust way of providing customer support in a very one-directional, reactionary manner. We have yet to establish that true relationship that the banks and credit unions value themselves upon. So then Agent IQ came into the marketplace. So in looking at where the challenge is and how we can humanize the digital experience and create actual relationships, of course, we include all of the things that have been done thus far. Yes, we're omni-channel. Yes, we infuse everything with AI. However, what makes Agent IQ different is that instead of just stopping at another transactional way of supporting, we've created an environment to where the customer or member can select their own personal banker, establishing a true one-to-one relationship to where now you can have an actual conversation, an actual relationship that goes beyond just that initial action of support. That is what we're going to dig into, and that's what we're going to show you here shortly. What makes Agent IQ unique are the 4 advantages that we provide, the 4 key value pieces of value that we provide our partners. Number 1, in order to have a true relationship, it must be personal. What we mean by this is you have to actually create a one-to-one relationship. This is what the banks and credit unions say is their ace in the hole. This is what differentiates them from the B of A's and all these other people, is the fact that it's their people inside the branch that make the difference. Now, in order to have a true one-to-one relationship, there has to be some persistence there. I have to be able to establish some trust. The conversation must continue beyond that initial interaction. I'm sure many of you have experienced where you're engaging with a customer service representative, whether that's through chat or on the phone, and they do an awesome job of helping you out. But then what happens? You leave the chat, you leave the conversation, and oh my gosh, I forgot to ask something. And now I got to go back through the entire process, and I'm never going to get that same person again. Why is that frustrating? Well, I just spent all this time getting to know them. They got to know me. They understood me as a person. That leads us to the third component, which is proactive. A true relationship can't just be one way. It has to be bi-directional. There's some give and there's some take. So because I've established a relationship, because there's some persistence, which has allowed me to build trust, what is the purpose of getting to know somebody if you can't then reach back out to them to offer advice or suggestions based on the needs that they have shared with you? That is one of the biggest differentiators of Agent IQ, which we will show you, is that our platform gives the bankers, associates, the ability to establish those relationships, but then now I can actually proactively reach back out to my customer or member in order to offer them some insight or offer them a solution that's going to help optimize their financial lives. And lastly, the solution must be profitable. And by profitable, we don't necessarily mean specifically to the bank or credit union's bottom line. Now, look, full disclosure, that's going to happen. We will be able to demonstrate how, by working with Agent IQ, you will save money, you will make money, you'll increase loyalty, all of those wonderful things. But what we want to focus on is that this relationship must be profitable for the customer themselves. I, as the customer, must be better off because of my relationship and working with this institution than I was prior to that. We'll dig into that a little bit deeper here in the video. In order to be fully effective, what we're bringing to market is the ability to capitalize on both things. So when you think about the user experience overall, how we ingest AI into helping make this, a seamless experience. First of all, let's give AI the ability to provide 24/7 self-service and support anytime the customer has a question. But when the conversation becomes too personal, we give the customer the opportunity to establish that true one-to-one relationship. They get to select their own personal banker, and from that point forward can have this ongoing organic conversation that not only the customer can reach out and start, but also the associate can reply back and instigate the conversation that way. Before we dig into the platform, just wanted to give an overview of what we're about to see. So first and foremost, we'll start over here on the right-hand side. So the first journey we're going to go through is what the customer will see, the customer interface. We will highlight all of the different channels, how we can seamlessly go from a messaging to a co-browsing session to a video chat, SMS, etc., all seamlessly done, frictionlessly on one single platform. We'll also show you what the banker or the associate's going to be looking at. So we'll show you their interface, and then powered throughout this entire process is AI. But what makes us a little bit unique is that we don't think AI should replace a human. Instead, we'll show you how we use artificial intelligence to augment the experience for both the associate and the customer. We will show you how we can increase engagement, how we can send notifications, how we have real-time translation, but then we're going to make it really efficient and effective for the bank's associates. So we will be surfacing insights, we will be able to look at metrics, and we'll also show you how our platform can function with some CRM type capabilities. As far as integrations are concerned, we've built the platform to where we don't actually require any integration in order for the platform to work or to receive the value. However, one integration that we always recommend is that we integrate within mobile and online banking, which we've already built with you guys at Q2. So we'll show you how that experience looks within the Q2 mobile and online banking environment. So we're going to spend the next couple minutes actually looking at the video of the demo. So I will fire that up here in just a second.
On the right-hand side, we have our traditional customer-facing website. And on the left-hand side, we have our Lynq banker dashboard. Let's say our customer is needing a little help. Our built-in AI is able to support any languages you would like to offer. And often that help is very straightforward and can be handled by self-service, like what is your routing number? Or directive to a specific page on your website, like opening a new account. But what if your customer needs a bit more support and wants to speak with a banker? Instead of denying that or making it difficult, why not make it as simple as asking? We believe in never hiding the human, and when tech can't be personal enough, let your customer connect to somebody like Lana. Here, instead of trying to describe to her customer how to fill in the form, she can seamlessly initiate a co-browsing session with her customer's approval. Now Lana can point directly on her customer's screen where to fill in, or make it obvious by highlighting the areas of focus. And if the customer needs a bit more support, with their approval, Lana can fill out the form together with her customer. So that was for an unauthenticated web chat experience. One of the benefits of the Lynq platform is that it seamlessly integrates within the Q2 banking experience and can be accessed through the menu, quick links, and also optimized for the new composable dashboard. We believe that relationships are based on more than just banking ability, and so that when a customer accesses the service for the first time, they have the opportunity to view profiles of available personal bankers and select the one they like best. In this case, we'll choose Lana again. Her customer is interested in a mortgage, and our AI tags the topic for several uses. One of those uses is presenting relevant rate and collateral information for mortgages that Lana can decide if helpful to send, and with just a click can securely send to her customer, or even longer form documents like PDFs. And now that Lana knows her customer is interested in a mortgage, she can write herself a note and set a reminder to follow up. But sometimes it would be even more helpful if Lana could invite a mortgage expert into the conversation. The Lynq platform makes it easy to quickly find available mortgage specialists and add them into the conversation. In this case, Soren is the expert and has full visibility to the entire conversation and is clearly identified in the customer thread. But it's not uncommon that life gets in the way and the conversation has to continue at a later time and different location. Lana's customer is now not on her mobile device, but logging into her Q2 online banking dashboard. And because of Lynq's ability to have persistent conversations, her customer can pick up right where they left off. And if the conversation gets a bit too challenging to continue by just typing, banker-initiated and customer-approved video chat is just a click away, so all conversations are seamlessly kept within the same channel. And when the video chat bandwidth is no longer necessary, the conversation can continue and also easily support secure file sharing. And of course, we didn't feel it would be personal enough if you couldn't sign off with the universal thumbs up. Finally, the Lynq dashboard has a robust reporting module that features another exciting use of those conversation AI tags, conversation insights. By selecting any date range desired, institutions can see in real time what their customers are talking about, leading to more insightful opportunities to strengthen the relationship.